Hello, trading is closed on the 27th of January 2015. I'm Jeffrey Tennant. I'm going to come back to yesterday's call in just a minute. Let's talk about the mejt signals first. System didn't have too much to say today other than that this rally was a false move and that prices would return to this line on or after this time, which they did. We're just under the line, and this is a mejt support area at the close. There are no new targets for tomorrow from the system. Yesterday I was looking for a drop. We had some outstanding prices of 2051.22, which printed within its preferred time frame, and we had a lower target of 2036.05 from last week, which also printed and proved to be resistance and support. Today's pattern is a familiar one in which we have a sharp gap down, lower lows, and we can't hold on to any of them at the close. We couldn't even hold on to this low. Unless we have a gap under this low tomorrow, higher prices should print. Let's look at some other things. This was a target I had mentioned previously that prices should return to this line. It looks as if we overshot the line on the daily chart. But if you go to the 65-minute chart, you'll see that we hit the line on the nose. So we hit a number of targets all in one day. Usually that's too much for the market to swallow, and there's a recovery. If we look at the patterns here, you can interpret this as a cup with a handle, and if we break the low of the handle, there should be a big drop. You could also interpret this as a stilt, and this is a stilt, and this is a diamond. And you could read this as the first challenge of the left stilt holding. And if we challenge it again, meaning if we break this price again at the low, much lower prices should print. Well, the question is, are we going to break that low tomorrow? This is the chart I showed yesterday. I said that I wanted these old lows, these old highs to hold. I said I thought lower prices would print. I'd be suspicious of the pattern if we did not take out this low promptly, which we did with a gap. We now have a trend line sloping up, broken in a straight line move down. One of my trading rules is that we tend to retrace to that line at some time. I think we can read this as a stilt. This is a diamond, and I think we have a good shot at a stilt-like move higher tomorrow, with the initial target being a challenge of the origin of the left stilt, which is way up here in the 2050s. It isn't a forced pattern, but I think unless we have a gap under this low, which I'm not expecting at all, I think there's a very realistic chance that we have a gap up, probably a strong one into the 2050s. And we'll know more at the open. And that's today's call.